I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to David. Dave, you came up with this really great tip of the week, how to increase your membership sales. Obviously, everyone wants to increase their sales, make their members and their customers happy. And I think you've done a great job in this presentation identifying a few key actionable things. Some are easy, some require a little bit more work, but when you put it all together, I think it's something that everyone can get some value out of. So I'll pass it over to you, and please share the tip of the week with us today.
Thanks. Yeah, we got 4 tips in this tip of the week. We've discussed most of them in prior webinars, but we're kind of thinking about them a little bit differently, utilizing them a little bit differently in these tips. So we'll go right into the first one, which is utilizing a live chat feature. We've discussed live chat before in these webinars. Typically, prospective members, when they come to your site, there's pretty standard questions they'll be asking, or at least asking themselves. Do I need this product? Do I want the product? Is it worth my money? Or is it living up to what everybody's saying about it online, the testimonials, if you have a Facebook group, or, are the people in there, what they're saying, is it all true? Is this company trustworthy? And most importantly, if I do purchase this product or service, this membership, how will it really benefit me? And most of these questions, because you can't easily anticipate them, you can answer most of them either in advance on your join page or in your FAQ. You can do this all either by or within the content that you're posting and you're sharing on your website and social media, on your join page where you're explaining the different features and benefits that come with your various membership plans. And then also, if you have an FAQ page, you can answer more of these specific questions and concerns that people might have, address them individually, and maybe clear up any concerns that they may have prior to signing up. Now, with that being said, we can't anticipate all questions that everybody would possibly ask us. And so that's where having a live chat functionality on your website could come in handy. There's various ways to go about doing it. We've discussed live chat a lot in previous webinars. They're a great platform. I believe it's livechatinc.com is their website. We also have the Facebook website chat add-on, which essentially adds a live Facebook Messenger chat to your website. So that integrates with Facebook. Some people might not want to do that, and so that's where live chat might come in handy, having, utilizing a separate platform to manage these chats. But over live chat, you can answer visitors' questions in real time. So regardless of what page they're on, what content they're reading, maybe they're already on the checkout page and they just have one final question that they need kind of maybe reassurance on. If you have live chat enabled on your site, you can be right there ready to respond to them and hopefully carry them over that finish line to purchase the product or service that you're offering. And going along with live chat, one kind of misconception is that you don't always need to be sitting at your computer or online if you have live chat enabled on your website. It's perfectly fine, if you're kind of like a one-man or one-woman team, to not be accessible all the time. And so you can kind of maybe set a schedule for yourself, maybe 9 to 5, maybe 10 to 4, for when you want to kind of allow yourself to be online and be available to chat with your website visitors and or your existing members. And so many of these live chat website plugins, whether it's live chat or Facebook or anything else, they do still have the ability where when you're offline, you can still accept messages. So typically there will be kind of like a default offline message. And if people still want to get in contact with you, they can just submit a message. And whenever you're back on your computer, you can respond at that time. Additionally, with live chat and Facebook specifically, or Facebook Messenger, I should say, they both have mobile apps. So even if you're not at your desk or on your computer and you do still want to be accessible, you can still chat with your website visitors on your mobile device.
And I just want to say also, it's not just about answering questions, but live chat is a great way to deal with potentially upset customers or customers that are having, or members that are having a not so favorable experience on your site. So it's a great way to minimize potential negative reviews that you might receive, because you can identify and connect with people who are probably having trouble, and you can deliver that level of service in real time to them. And then also, there's a million of these chat tools out there. It's not just live chat and Facebook chat, but whatever tool you use, a lot of them have a mobile app with them, so you can basically answer chat messages on the go and in real time. So you don't always have to be sitting at a computer with the chat module enabled, but you can just accept them like you accept text messages from your friends and family, and you can always turn it off whenever you want as well, if you're not in a place to answer those chat messages. But it really gives you an opportunity to catch potential missed opportunities and also help resolve issues quicker with customers who might be having an unfavorable experience with your product or service.
Yeah, that's a great point. The other thing to keep in mind is that live chat, it can also function as kind of a either psychological or emotional tool to kind of help build trustworthiness with these potential members. Them seeing that even if you're offline, that you are still available to them can provide certain level of trustworthiness that they may not perceive from your website or your business if you weren't to have that. If you were to just have the typical contact us page. The other thing to consider with the live chat is maybe if you don't want to have a phone number for your website, you don't want people to be calling you, you can offer live chat as an alternative. So going on to the second tip, coupon codes. Again, this is something we've discussed in previous webinars. But one thing to consider if you do have coupon codes enabled on your website is that when somebody goes to a checkout page, if they see the coupon code box and they don't have a coupon code to use, it may not necessarily discourage them from signing up all the time, but it does let them know that they're not getting the best deal possible. And so what you can do to combat this is to publicly offer just a modest discount. It could be 10% off your first payment, or maybe 5% off all membership payments. But the goal is to at least provide these new members with a small discount if they don't already have a coupon code. And again, you don't want to discourage people from signing up if they don't have a coupon code and they see on that checkout page when they're about to press the buy button, oh, I have the option to enter a coupon code, but I don't have one. So I could potentially be saving money here. So offering that public coupon code can help push people across that finish line. And going along with that is you could also privately offer either to your Facebook group, your email list, maybe your existing members, if you just want to kind of do maybe like an upgrade promotion, is you can privately offer a larger discount. So maybe instead of just 10% off of their first payment, you're offering them 10% off of all of their membership payments. So there's a few different ways you can go about offering coupon codes, but the big thing to remember here in this example is that if you are offering coupon codes and you do have the feature enabled on the checkout page, you don't necessarily want to make people feel bad or discourage them from signing up if they don't already have a coupon code to take advantage of. And the biggest thing to keep in mind when you are utilizing coupon codes is you don't want to over discount your membership plans. You don't want to offer 60, 70, 80% off of your membership plan. Sometimes financially that could be feasible to do. If you're not really offering a physical product or any actual service that requires your time, you could offer a huge discount like that. But if you do that, it could reduce the perceived value of that membership plan. When somebody uses a coupon code and they get 75% off, they may end up thinking, well, what's the true value of this? Is it really worth what I'm paying for? So that's just something to consider when you're using coupon codes. And something we haven't talked about in previous webinars is identifying what are called abandoned checkout pages, or on e-commerce sites, they're called abandoned shopping carts. So sometimes people, they start the buying process, maybe like on Amazon, for example, you might put some products in your shopping cart, but you don't actually check out. You end up leaving Amazon. Maybe you come back to it later, maybe you don't. That's what would be considered an abandoned shopping cart. Same thing goes for an abandoned checkout page, like on a membership website. You obviously don't have a shopping cart, but somebody may go to your checkout page and then they might just leave. They might not end up completing that purchase. And so it could be a big value to you if you're able to identify those users who come to your checkout page who at least show a decent amount of interest in moving forward with a membership, but don't actually complete that purchase. So it doesn't always necessarily mean that they've had cold feet for some reason. Maybe something came up and they had to leave their computer for whatever reason, run out of the house. Maybe their power went out, so they lost the browser windows that they had open. It could be a variety of reasons. And so it could really help to identify those users and kind of remind them or give them a little nudge. Hey, you showed interest in this. Maybe you want to complete the purchase now. So there's a couple tools that we can use to identify abandoned checkout pages rather than relying on those potential customers to come back on their own and finish the job themselves. There are certain tools out there. ActiveCampaign and Infusionsoft are two of the most popular ones. They allow you to kind of create email lists and target email sequences to these sorts of website visitors. It can get a little complex, could also potentially get a little bit pricey. So if you don't want to move in that direction, an alternative would be to utilize remarketing ads. Social media platforms like Facebook and Google as well offer these kinds of tools with their ad platform, so you can specifically target these potential members who have gone to your checkout pages, and then you can send them targeted ads. You might not want to make it too obvious, like, hey, you almost checked out, but you didn't yet. Why don't you come over and finish the checkout? But you might want to advertise additional links on your website, whether it's some of your content or maybe a coupon code that they can use just to remind them that, hey, you're out there. They showed interest, maybe they're still interested. So you just want to kind of maintain, being top of mind with them. So like I said, a little nudge may be all they need to complete their purchase. And if you can utilize remarketing ads or even utilizing a platform like ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft, that could really help you identify those potential members who did show a lot of interest by going to the checkout page, but didn't quite complete that process.
And I'd say this is one of the more complex suggestions and tips that we're providing today because you need to identify the URL that they visited and whatnot. There's a couple things you can do, and I just want to elaborate on this one for abandoned checkout pages. As I mentioned before, with the lab updates today, it really is about collecting that email address. And probably, I don't know the exact percentage, but let's say 80% of people who come to your site, they're just in the awareness stage, meaning they're trying to get information. They're not ready to pull out their wallet and make a commitment yet. So what we want to do is we want to provide them with other things to do instead of signing up. So those could be, landing pages that allow them to enter a contest or to get an ebook or some kind of PDF file from you, some information or related content that gives them something of substance and value that they'll exchange their email address for. So the best way to do an abandoned checkout is, first of all, get them in your ecosphere with capturing their email. And once you have that, you can provide them with good newsletter content and whatnot. And that's the best way to keep them in your in your universe. The second point that David has here about remarketing ads on Facebook and Google. So we all know if you go to Amazon and you look at a pair of shoes and then you go to another website, you see ads about the same Amazon shoes you were just looking at. Those are remarketing campaigns. It's called remarketing is because you were already on their site, so they're going to remarket to you and try to get you to get interested again on what you were looking at. For those of you who are somewhat familiar with remarketing ads, let me tell you the two URL rules that you'd want to include in your remarketing campaign, so we can go a little deeper here. So the first thing is it's for people who didn't sign up. So basically, if you're going to create a remarketing campaign for abandoned checkouts, let's say, you want people who have not visited their account/homepage. That means that they didn't sign up, they didn't log in to their account because that is the designated member dashboard page account homes. I'm going to share this with you guys in a notepad here. So not visited account home and visited basically any page that has /checkout. The ID number is the ID of that membership plan. You could get more specific, but basically if they visited a page /checkout. So when you're creating your remarketing rules, it's for people who have not visited account home, but who have visited /checkout. And then you can create ads that could get those people more interested. Maybe they just want to see top 10 ways, X, Y, and Z. Just keep giving them more useful content. But that's kind of how you'd want to create those rules. And then you could use Google AdWords or Facebook ads. And then, of course, you can create remarketing campaigns for these people.
Excellent info there. And so this fourth and final tip, under the table trial periods. So we've discussed the benefits of offering free trial periods to your members in previous webinars. There's benefits to offering free trials. There's also some businesses that prefer not to give away their product for free, even if it is for a limited time, maybe 7 days or 30 days. But there is statistics to show that free trials do help to increase conversion rates. You can either offer free trials by requiring a credit card upon sign up and then just charging it later, or not requiring a credit card. Currently, with the free trial period add-on that we offer, it does still require users to enter their credit card when they're signing up for the trial. But as you can see in this table, free trials that do require a credit card upon sign up have a much higher conversion rate. These are just some examples from some other websites that charge for memberships or for their software. And you can see the conversion rates based on people who have tried their free trials and have entered their credit card upon that initial sign up. Varies depending on the industry, but it can go as high as 30% higher conversion rate when you do require a credit card upon sign up. But if you're not willing, if you kind of fall into that pool of you don't really feel like it would be beneficial to kind of offer your product or your services to the public for free, you can offer an under the table trial period. And so on the next slide, you can test free trials privately to see if they really will work or not for what it is you're offering, by providing them privately to, again, either your email list, your Facebook group, or if you have contact information for any other of your potential members, you can send them a note privately and say, hey, this is an exclusive offer. You can sign up for free. First 30 days maybe, or 14 days are free, so that you can see what we have to offer and test out our website. And so doing it this way, you're providing free trials to these already kind of pre-qualified potential customers, because you do have them in an email list or in your Facebook group. So that these are the specific type of customer that you do want to target and that you do want to have signed up to your website. Whereas if you're just kind of offering it to the public, if you just have a link or an image or a call to action on your website saying, hey, sign up for a free trial, you're kind of opening the door up to everyone and anyone who's visiting your website. So this could be a good alternative to kind of gauge how successful offering a free trial may be on your website.
So that's really cool. And again, it ties back to the BD Lab update, the ability to create a form quickly and placing it on a landing page, because what you're suggesting here, David, are people who have already entered like an email list on your site. So the first step is, okay, how do I create that email list? And it really ties into creating a landing page with an offer, like a contest or something like that, where you can start collecting those email addresses, and then you can do follow-up marketing by offering them like a free trial period if they're not yet a member on your site. Is that what you're suggesting here?
Exactly. And what you could also do is you could tie this back into the remarketing ads. You can, maybe you want to send specific ads to users who have visited the landing page that you have for this private free trial period.
Gotcha. Very good. So requires a little bit of work and setup, but this is about creating your funnel and how you convert prospective members or visitors into paid members. And really this is, if we combine some of these together, you can really increase the sales and increase conversions. And I can already tie in a few of the things you mentioned here based on what you're saying. Let's go back to point one for a second, utilizing a live chat. Let's say you don't even want to man the live chat tool. You can choose to just have live chat on your checkout pages. And you can always have like a pre-made welcome message with all these live chat features. Just put, would you like 10% off your order today? Enter your email here. And then the auto response for that chat message could be the coupon code. So what you've done is you've put live chat just on your checkout pages. You've implemented an abandoned checkout technique because you're asking them for their email address to get an instant 10% off from today's purchase or whatever it is. So that can assist with, let's say they don't finish the transaction, but they filled out that live chat form, pre-survey form on the live chat tool. And then if you collect that email address later, you could provide them with an under the table free trial period if they happen to have not signed up on that checkout page on that day, if you did successfully collect an email address from them. So all of this working together can really help increase and give you an edge on your conversion rate from prospective member / visitor into an actual paid member of your community. And I'm sure there's tons of other things that could be done, but these seem really good here, David. Thank you for putting this together.